All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Collection Reflection. I am your host, Tim Williams, the real Tim Williams. And joining me, as always, my co host, the captivating Colossus, the owner, the proprietor, and the curator of the auditorium in Lapeer, none other than Kristin Griffis.
What's up, everyone?
How are you today, Kristin?
Good. I always sit and wait to see how you're going to introduce me. And
Yeah.
sometimes they're words that I don't even know. I just smile and nod my way through it.
Well, I'm sure you knew the ones today, though, right?
I think there was one that made me raise an eyebrow, but that's okay. We don't need to deep.
It's
dig-
not an English class.
Yeah. Moving on.
It is not. So as always, we start off with the segment that is taking America by storm, and that is none other than What You Got.
What? Oh.
Thank you. And you always make me go first, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is not only going to be a reveal. Well, not even a reveal. A What You Got.
Yeah.
It's
what
gonna
you
be.
got, Tim?
It's also gonna be a unboxing video. This was on my porch. This was exactly how it was.
Oh, wow.
I don't blame the people that sent it, but this is from our former guests from Kaiju Live, AJ and Frank Russo. If anybody's a Kaiju, Godzilla, King Kong fan, definitely check out their site. So this will make it easier for me to unbox anyway.
Yeah,
So
good.
I'm just gonna rip it open this way, and I do believe that they did talk about this and show this off when they were on our show. Actually, this
Ooh.
is taped up more than I thought, but let's see.
This is like the little kid YouTube videos, the unboxing
Well,
of toys.
I was hoping that's what
Adult version.
That's what I was going for.
Yeah, it's so exciting.
Okay, so it is actually very.
I hope it's not fragile.
It should be fine. It should be. Oh, that is some fresh bubble wrap.
Oh, yeah?
That smells awesome. Yeah, you want some?
I have the air freshener.
Oh, I just dropped
The bubble wrap air
it. But it
freshener.
is not. Okay, it is not fragile.
Oh, who's he?
It is. Oh, this popped out though.
Oh, no.
Okay, it is the robot monster from the movie. Well, they call him Roman. From the movie Robot Monster, one of the worst movies of all time.
Perfect.
And this particular version is a Kaiju Live exclusive. It comes with this head, and I think that glows in the dark. The skull.
Okay.
Skull. Skull. And then it's got another head that you can't see the skull.
Oh.
And I believe this is a Kaiju Live exclusive, along with Hop Toys. But so there's other versions of this that are the colors are more like. Well, I mean it's a black. I think it's a black and white movie. But so the normal version of it has like a regular ape. He's just black.
Okay.
This is limited to 50 pieces, believe it or not.
Oh.
The translucent glittery
yeah.
one, and I can't remember what they call it specifically, but anyway, there it is. That's what I got.
So he'll be worth big money one day, right?
Well, we'll see. I'm not sure.
In about 50 years.
Well, I did say that it is one of the worst movies of all time. I don't think there's like a big demand for the Roman, but anyway, there it is.
Very cool.
From our friends at Kaiju Live.
Yes.
So, Kristin.
Thank you to them.
Yes, thank you very much. And Kristin, what you got today?
It's so hard to pick things to bring. Cause like just recently I got a bunch of really cool like autopsy pictures from the 50s that I wanted to bring.
Yeah.
But I was like, I don't know how people would feel seeing, dead bodies and stuff like that. So I brought the next best thing.
Okay.
This is a mortuary head block. So like when they do the autopsies and the embalming, this is what the head would lie on. And they still use these today. They look identical today. This one's vintage. Don't know what year, but it's definitely used and cool.
All right.
So if I decide to take a nap after the show, I'll just get real comfy on this.
All right.
Anywho,
Very cool. Do you mind if is that something in your personal collection, or is that
yes.
okay?
Yep. But I mean,
All
I
right.
have sold them at the shop.
About what does something like that go for? On
Um,
average,
what
does it
do I
depend on what
sell?
year?
It does, and there's plastic ones and rubber ones. So like stuff does
Yeah.
come into so
Okay.
yeah. So
All
it
right.
just depends on what you got.
All right.
And that's
Excellent.
what I got
Very good.
in
Very
today's
nice.
episode of What You Got.
Very nice. Yeah. So if anybody is in the market for that,
Mortuary head
check out
block.
the auditorium in Lapeer, along with well, a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah, right,
that,
for sure.
that you got at the store.
Yes.
So okay, now you've done a fantastic job on every show that we've done, but I will say that I kind of throw you to the wolves because it was more stuff that is in my wheelhouse.
Right.
So this collection reflection is going to be something that you know more about, and it is a fellow oddities collector, and I will let you do the honors.
Okay, so on today's episode, I have, well, in the 80s, you'd maybe call him a pen pal. And in like the 2000s, maybe like a AOL pal. But in today's society, a Facebook buddy of mine, Cole, from Crooked Teeth Keys. I'm not going to try to pronounce his last name because if I did, it would sound like this. So anywho, welcome, Cole.
I believe it's Mozelesky.
So welcome, Cole.
Hi.
So why don't we
Thank
start
you for having
off?
me.
Oh yeah, thanks for coming on, dude. So why don't we start off by you telling just a little bit about what you do?
I'm a collector of antiques and oddities. Also Pokemon, a little bit of everything. But with oddities, I mostly deal with osteology, antique medical, um, anything that catches my eye, some animal things, but
Right. But you also
a good
sell.
little mix. Yeah, I also sell. So I also have my business called Crooked Teeth Keys. And with that business, mostly focuses on antique keys, make them into jewelry. And my slogan has always been giving history new life.
Yes.
Because for me, it's like each key has its own history and story. And that was kind of inspiration for that. And yeah, I pretty much buy and sell. And then when I have in-person shows, I kind of travel around doing flea markets. I kind of bring the keys along with the oddities.
Right.
And then it's kind of a mesh of everything that I do.
So when you get these keys, do you usually have a story with them?
I mean, it depends. Some of them, like I'm sure I'll show you some today, but some of them I know more than others. Like some, you just know like, oh, that's from the 1920s, it's a furniture key, but other than that, it's impossible to tell.
Okay.
And some keys I'll know like exactly what it is, like exactly what it goes to.
Wow.
Most keys I can give a general age or what they went to, what they could be used for.
How did you become so knowledgeable in keys?
Well, I've been doing keys much longer than oddities just because of financial reasons, probably.
Right,
I mean, I
understand.
started collecting keys when I was, it's been what, probably almost 15 years now.
Oh, wow.
And just going to flea markets. There's actually one guy, his name is Pat, and I think he's about 80 years old now, and he's still doing the flea markets every weekend. And I learned a lot from him. And I've gotten some really, really cool keys from him over the years. But definitely, people like him, like people out in the field who have been doing, I mean, he's been collecting keys his whole life.
Oh.
And like, I mean, he's told me stories where like he had a divorce and he had to sell everything off. And a lot of stuff he owned is now in like museums.
What?
Like he's
Wow.
had some great things. Yeah, and like I'll show you some stuff I've got from him too, I'm sure.
Okay.
But yeah, just a lot of word of mouth and some online research.
Right. And it's nice knowing you because, like, I sent you a picture of those keys I got that one time. Like, I bought a huge lot because I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
Cole's like in this key business. Like,
Mhm.
they were at a flea market for like 20 bucks. I was
Oh,
like,
okay.
let me go
Yeah.
out on a limb and buy all these keys. And I immediately sent Cole a picture and I was like, okay, do I have anything here? And
And
he's like, listen,
Yeah.
like, your whole lot is worth about 20 bucks.
oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, I
at
mean
least you didn't lose
nowadays
that.
it's hard. It's hard because a lot of them are fake now, like because keys have been such like a popular thing now. So anything that's popular gets faked, and
Right.
um, just a lot of reproductions these days.
Yeah, I was able to, I think, piece them out and make about $5 profit.
Huh, people love keys. I'm sure you'll do fine.
Yeah, I did get rid of them all, so like it worked out
Yeah,
okay, and I wasn't out
well,
money, so
Well, yeah.
yeah. Yeah,
Hey,
when I started doing what I do, it wasn't as like it was popular, but it wasn't as popular. And now it's like everyone does, key necklaces and stuff. But I've still been one of
Mhm.
the only ones I feel that tries to steer towards like the more rare keys too at the same time.
Right.
Yeah.
Were you about to say something, Tim?
well, two things. I don't think we mentioned where you're at. You're in what state?
New Jersey.
Oh, okay. And like, how did you get started in oddity collecting?
So with oddities, actually it all happened keys and oddities happened on the same day, ironically. So there was a store in Pennsylvania in New Hope. Um, and it was like a post-mortem store, and I was pretty young at the time, and I walked in and it was like the first time I've ever seen anything like that. I was about like 12 years old or so, and I left the store, and I still have them as well. I have my first skull, which was a little squirrel skull, and
Nice.
my first skeleton key, and I still have both in my cabinets. But yeah, just after that, I just loved both of them. And I mean, obviously the keys, I explained why I like them, but with bones, it was more like, I don't know, I just saw them as like natural sculptures and artwork. And there was just something about it that, was really interesting to me. And just kind of started that passion through that.
So I gotta ask, what the heck? You said you went to a post-mortem store?
Yeah.
Like, we don't
It
have
was,
post-mortem stores in Michigan, so like, go on.
well, like, I don't know. I mean, that's what it was called, but it was like an oddity store. But
Okay.
it mostly focused on like, like post-mortem photos and like Victorian mourning items.
Okay.
They had skulls, they had other stuff, but I kind of don't want to bring up the guy because he ended up not being a good person. Um, Very bad person, unfortunately.
Oh no.
But the store still holds very good memories
Yeah, of
as a
course.
store.
Right on. Because that was one of my questions, like what came first, the keys or the oddities? But it sounds
Yeah,
like
so
it
now the same day.
same day. That's crazy. So how old were you then, you said?
About 12.
About 12. How old are you now? Like 24?
Oh.
Aren't you
26.
26? Oh, you look so young. I should have known this.
No,
uh,
it's okay. I mean, 24 was one of the higher guesses I get.
Yeah.
I didn't shave. I didn't shave.
I always get like 21 and I'm like almost 33. So like it's a good thing.
Yeah.
so
No, I don't care. It's cool to me.
Right.
so I mean, you kind of answered the question, but so you didn't. Would you say most oddities collectors start off with other antiques and then kind of move to that? But I mean, but you just jumped right into more of the oddity
Uh,
type antiques then.
I think I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, we'll go into that too. I mean, the first thing I ever collected was Pokemon. That's the catalyst for everything, I think.
Oh, okay.
Gotta catch them all. So I caught them all.
See, and I would
That really, I think that what is, that's kind of what ruined me for the rest of my life.
Pokemon.
Oh, okay.
See,
Yeah.
Tim, and like I would answer your question like I think, yeah, most of us probably started out, well, the people who've been collecting for a really long time started out collecting antiques because Oddities wasn't
Yeah.
a thing until really that show came out. Like, because I was a
Mhm.
collector before that show came out. And at that point, I just collected,
Wait a minute. What show are you talking about?
it was called Oddities. It came out
Oddities.
probably 10 years ago.
A TV show?
It was a
Yeah.
TV show.
Oh, okay.
think-
Okay.
I
Yep.
think it was, it was a little while ago. But yeah, actually, and then that's also what happened is I went to the store, and then shortly after that is when the show started. So it
Okay.
was like a perfect storm for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So, like, and before that show came out, I just collected weird shit, And then
Yeah.
that show
Yeah.
came out, and we were like, oh my gosh, we collect oddities. There's a name for this stuff.
Oh, okay. So,
Yeah.
all right. So when I interviewed you on the first show and you said that show came out, I thought you were talking about that show that you guys did at the Novi Expo Center or whatever,
no.
like a couple years ago.
The,
So you're going back like 10 years.
I'm going back to a TV
Oh,
show.
okay.
Yeah.
All right, that makes a
Yeah.
little bit more sense now. I was always kind of like, oh, she's only been collecting for 2 years and she's already got all this stuff.
Oh, no,
that
no,
she
no.
can- Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that makes it a little more.
Sorry, Tim. I just assume you know the show. Like, all the cool kids know that show.
Nope,
I'm
nope.
kidding.
Yeah, it's the show.
The show. So you got to go there before it came out.
What was that?
You got to go to, what was it called? Obscura?
Obscura. Oh yeah. Well, it took me a while to actually get there. I was in college, I think, when I finally made it. Or maybe right before college. Yeah, I think I was in like a senior in high school when I first went. But yeah, no, I've gone a handful of times. I mean, I'm good friends with Mike and Evan.
Yeah.
And I actually see Evan quite frequently. Because we're both on this side of the country.
You're so lucky.
Yeah, we run into each other.
There's
But
nothing
I
cool.
actually I have a part of the store too. They had a table in front of their front counter because it closed down, unfortunately. I don't know
Yeah.
if Tim knows.
I don't. No, I don't.
Yeah.
They closed
And,
like about a
when they
year
were
ago.
closing- yeah, about a year,
Yeah.
which
And this
was
is
kind
the-
of a blessing in a way because it was right before COVID.
So this is you guys are talking about the one that the show was based on?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. It was called
Mhm.
Obscura.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I went when they were closing, and I got a few things out of there, and I got one of the furnishing, like the table that was in front of the front counter, and now I
Cool.
have a crab skull on it.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yep.
Do you want to show us a little bit of your collection? Cause like they're all hiding in that corner. Like I know your living room so
know.
well.
I got the corner. I got some in the living room, but I
Okay.
go out there. But
So-
yeah, no. Well, in front of me here, we got some things.
Ooh, yeah. Show us.
We got this skull. Got a little moth in there. This one I really love. This one had an operation, and they have 3 holes in
Oh,
their
wow.
skull.
Ooh.
And actually the tools, these are the tools they would use. They were trapines.
Can't see right now.
And yeah, so they had it done 3 times in their life where they drilled into their skull.
Oh, wow.
Trepan, yeah.
So what?
And with it,
So do you know how
What
old?
was that?
Do you know how old that skull would be?
yeah, so this is from the 1800s, early 1800s. And normally they would do the operation for head trauma to relieve pressure.
Mhm.
But this one, since it was done 3 times, and it's hard to, you can actually see it maybe. There's like a little bump right there.
Yeah.
It looks like they might have had like a tumor in their head.
Oh, okay.
So it looks like that was done to probably do an operation to solve whatever was ailing them.
Wow.
But yeah, and then these are some of the tools that they would have used.
So did you add is that a moth there in the mouth?
Yeah,
Did
yep. I actually raised this moth.
oh, really?
You raised
Yeah, I
it?
raised it, and then I kept it.
Oh, okay.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh. What kind of
got a
moth is
little
it?
moth. Huh?
What kind of moth is it?
Oh my god, I don't remember how to say the name. It's a long name. It
Oh,
starts with a P.
okay. Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, I got one of those too.
This was actually my first skull ever.
Ooh.
Yeah, my first one, I was like super particular. I got it shipped right to my dorm room in college.
Okay, so how long have you had that one?
Uh, how long? I guess, how long has it been? I don't know, like 6 years.
Very
It
cool.
took me a while. So like I had this one, and then for everything else, it's been like about 4 years for the rest of the collection.
So are
Four
are
years.
are skulls and well, at least human bones, is that kind of the main thing that you collect nowadays?
Yeah, I think that's pretty much my focus, like antique medical, human bones.
Okay.
Yeah. This one's really cool too because it has a wormian bone, which is like an extra bone, but it's actually in the shape of a heart too, which is pretty cool.
I was
Oh,
just gonna
yeah.
say, what's the heart on the back of its head?
Yeah, because normally it's supposed to, look like that.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
So that one's got an extra little bone there.
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, we got, let's see, this is a cool little thing I made recently. Got a good amount of attention. It's a antique skull, and I made it into a burner.
Oh, that's cool.
That is like
Yeah,
an incense
so
burner?
yep. So you just light it, and then you put it on that little platform in there, and then you close it up, and it comes out of the eyes and everything. The eyes are dripped out.
What a good idea. So did you cut the skull and put the hinge on it?
Yeah, with a bandsaw.
Oh my gosh, that's really neat.
Yep. And I had to drill it out with a hand drill and everything.
Oh, wow.
So
And then
so
I'll get
just
this. I mean, it's funny because I got the colliding collections here.
yeah, that's quite a contrast.
Yeah.
So like so when you started collecting when you were 12, did you have like a paper route or something? I mean, to get all that stuff?
Like
Or
to
were your parents just still buying it for you?
no. Well, that's what I mean. Like, I mean, no, I was really given nothing. I mean, when I started out, I had like a little squirrel skull, and like I had. It was weird. Like, some people get into oddities and they collect whatever they can, whatever little thing they can get. And for me, like, I only had like, I think I still have like most of my original pieces I owned. It was like a fox skull, a squirrel skull. Like, I literally just had a couple things, and like maybe a little monkey skull.
Okay.
And I was pretty much what funded this was my business. You
Oh,
Nice.
know,
okay.
I mean, yeah, I've funded everything I own. Um,
So did you
but
so when you were in college, you mentioned
so I
getting some
got
of that
one
when you were in
skull.
college. So you
Yeah,
already
so pretty much I saved up my money, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna get one human skull.
okay.
And I mean, back then it was a little bit cheaper than it is now.
Way cheaper.
Yeah, we were talking about that
And
on
I
the last
actually
one.
got this on eBay like a couple months before they banned it on eBay.
Nice.
Oh, okay. So you can't sell human bones or anything on eBay anymore?
No.
Okay.
No, some people like I don't know, they label it different names and it gets through, but
Yeah.
it can still get flagged and everything.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah, they
yeah, so pretty much I saved up for my first one, and that was it until right after college, I moved out on my own with a girlfriend at the time, and we got a place together.
okay.
And at that point, I had more time to, focus on the business and everything. And I just kind of just went off with that.
Nice.
What would you say is your most prized possession?
Uh, I don't
If
know.
you have one.
Too many.
If not, you can name
Yeah,
off just any of
there's
your
too many,
favorites.
but like this guy I just got recently.
Oh.
He's a fetal skeleton. I've always wanted a fetal skeleton, and within the last like half a year, I ended up getting like three, which is crazy.
Nice.
And I got that one. It's just weird how it happens. And then I got this Victorian one.
Oh wow.
And his little arms
Yeah.
are gone.
Yeah, his arms fell off at some point, unfortunately.
Oh, he's so precious without the arms, though.
A leg with titanium in it
Oh wow.
Oh, cool.
broke their leg. Um, this skull had brain surgery, and they actually didn't survive the operation.
Oh.
Ah, it's so cool when you get history with them, like their story.
Yeah, yeah, you can see it has the relief hole,
Oh yeah.
and you can see there's a radiating fracture, which would happen if like the bone was like like wet. That's kind of what happens.
So
Um,
would you say the majority of the stuff you have, at least the human bones, do you know the history of the majority of the stuff that you have?
yeah, I mean most of it. I mean that's I kind of that passion for the history of the keys kind of transitioned
Yeah.
into this as well, and I feel like that's
Okay.
why I like the medical stuff too.
Yeah.
Because some of them I know like I know what company prepared them. Like I know this is a Kilgore. Like I can tell the brand of some of them. And I can also tell like the gender or possibly the nationality of some.
What is that right
Yeah,
there?
the Kapala is a really good one.
Yeah, that thing's sick.
So that one's
Yeah.
a Tibetan Kapala. I forgot those were there. My little lights. Lights. That's all right. We'll shine a light.
All right.
So yeah, so this is a Tibetan Kapala,
That is so
and
neat.
So what
the
exactly
top of
what
it.
exactly is that then? What is exactly?
So pretty much like they were used as like ritual skulls, but almost none of them on the market are actually used as like a real ritual skull. They were more for the tourist trade.
Okay.
Opens up. So they would use them as like bowls
Okay.
and drink out of, and the skull itself would have been someone who had like a sky burial, and then they would have ornamented their skull, and
Wow.
it's all all hand done work, all the hand engravings.
Wow. That's
So
awesome.
pretty.
Yeah.
So, how many human skulls do you own?
I think about 38, if I'm like including like full skeletons and stuff.
Well, and that was my next question. How many full skeletons do you got?
So I'll show you all the skeletons. But I'm just getting these lights back in there. They're cool. They're like little magnetic lights.
Oh yeah.
The adult skeletons, I have 4.
Okay.
And then I guess the fetals, I have 3. But then I also have the infamous cube baby.
Oh, so precious.
I know. This one's it was an antique wet specimen at some point,
Really?
and at some point someone put it in the resin.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I
That is
want a
awesome.
fetal,
That's cool.
like a wet specimen
Yeah,
fetal
I'm not,
baby.
that's one thing you'll notice I don't have. I don't have wets. It's like, I don't know, something I'm not really into.
Well, my husband is like, nope, like that's where I draw the line. Like it breaks his heart, And I was like, come on, like we got pictures of dead babies and children, but you can't do a real one. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, I could do it. I don't know. Not something I like to collect. I love seeing them. I love appreciating them.
Right.
Like this is like a plastinated heart.
Oh wow.
This is a human heart plastinated,
Oh, so
and it's actually like a locket.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So, what would you say, if you even have one at this point, would be the holy grail for your
Oh yeah.
for your collection?
There's one that I'm after. I really want to get a real lobotomy tool set, like
Okay.
lobotomy pick.
Mm-hmm.
I know I've seen some, but they're not available, not for sale. They're not in any private collection. They're like in a museum, but
Okay.
so
is that
that would be
so is-
something.
so is that just one of those items that's just just is very rare to get then.
Yeah, because like I mean, a lot of times they were using tools that weren't even meant for the operation.
Okay.
So it's really rare to find a tool that was actually made for the operation.
All right.
Okay.
But yeah, I would love that. And they also, I mean, I've seen a skull that had it done as well. That would be really cool to own, like a skull that actually had the lobotomy done to it.
Right.
That would be
But
crazy.
and then also, while we're talking about that, these are 3 of my skeletons.
Don't you have one
This
that's
was
like
the-
6 foot, stands 6 foot
Yep,
tall?
yep, right here. Yeah, so she's huge. I mean, if you go back, I mean, the 2 others are males, and she's
Okay.
a female.
And the female's 6 foot?
Yeah.
Cause like
Must
I'm
be one of
6
Kristin's
foot.
ancestors.
Yeah, I mean, she's massive. But yeah, this is my first skeleton I ever purchased. So this is Edris, and that was named by the original doctor who owned it.
Okay.
And then, ironically, this is called Magnus, and it was also named by the doctor who owned it.
Oh my
Hmm.
gosh.
And I feel like they kind of go together,
they totally
with
do.
Edris and Magnus.
Right.
And then I got
Oh, yeah.
this one. I named this one Odysseus.
You have to, of course.
Yeah,
And now you need a Maximus.
I know. And here, I'll go out here real quick into the living room. I'll show you. And then we got my skull mirror. I put that together.
That is so cool. Is it a real
And,
skull on there?
Oh yeah,
Okay,
of
okay.
course.
Well, I've seen all your pictures with it, but I couldn't tell by the pictures if it was real or not.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's an antique one, and then the jaw can still move.
Oh my gosh, that's fantastic.
And then this is the Oddfellow skeleton.
Ooh.
And I love that they use this for, rituals and whatnot,
Right.
like initiation. And they would be like in a candlelit room, and you can actually see some of the candle wax still up there. And there's some candle wax here,
Oh,
and
wow.
some on the. Yeah, this one's a very, very old one.
That's fantastic.
You can see they broke their arm at one point. That's a break that healed.
What?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I got my giraffe. I got the really new edition. This is my hippo. I just got this in the other day.
Yeah, that thing is massive.
Hey, I know what's
Yeah.
behind it. I have one of those. I have the
yeah?
rare AT-AT walker.
Oh yeah. I wonder if it works.
And I got and I probably got a tauntaun under it too. I probably got a few of those somewhere.
This is my favorite Star Wars vehicle.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I've had a few visions of it. Oh, nice. Nice.
Yeah.
All right, I got
Club 2.
All right, I'll show my one since you showed us that. Actually, I don't know if you can see it.
Can you see it, Cole?
No.
Maybe put it on the laptop.
Well, oh yeah. No, he should be able to see it, right?
This way I can see it. Oh yeah, I see it.
It's pretty faded at this point, but
oh yeah,
anyway,
that's awesome.
That's it.
Yeah, I have
you gotta get it
that
touched
for
up.
Star Wars, and then I have this one.
Oh, nice.
So,
cool.
Yeah, Luke's hand.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I always grew up watching Star Wars too.
This warms my heart right now. You two bonding over Star Wars.
I know, me too.
Oh,
I thought I wasn't gonna know anything about what he was showing us.
Oh yeah.
I know a little bit.
Oh, we got some goodies in here. We got some fetal and some kid skulls.
I like how you
This
stacked them. The skulls on the next
Oh yeah,
shelf.
the pyramid. This you can see the adult teeth and the baby teeth.
Oh yeah.
There you go. Now you can really see it.
So not just skulls, not just Pokemon, not just bones, but how many items would you estimate that you have that you consider collectibles?
Oh, I don't know because
Right.
I mean my Pokemon collection that's in this room is like a fraction of it
Okay.
because I have it all in boxes. I got a lot.
Hey, I know the feeling.
Right.
Yeah, man.
So,
I have no idea. Probably thousands.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I mean,
Uh,
I'm in the same boat. I'm sure
oh yeah,
Kristen's in the same boat too.
yeah,
I'm tr-
because
I'm
my biggest thing is Charizard and Charmander, and like my Charizard collection's pretty big. I have like pretty much a lot, almost everything Charizard. So
Okay.
so like when it
all the
comes
vintage stuff.
to Pokemon cards,
Yeah.
so like, see, I don't understand Pokemon cards. So what do they do?
You know what? I'm gonna surprise you. I've never even played. I've
No,
never played Pokemon in my life. No, I never played Pokemon cards in my
So
life. Never. Not even once.
really,
but you've been collecting
No,
those
I've
since
only
you were
collected.
a kid, though, right?
Oh yeah, I've been in it since I was like 4.
So you never
But
played
like
with your
here's
buddies?
the reason, but I have a good reason. So look at this. So like I actually put out some of my cards for this live. So like my dad, like this is like my original Charizard from when I was like 4 or 5 years old.
hmm
Okay.
And it's been in this case ever since. He put it in these cases where you screw them in.
yeah, yeah. I got some
Okay.
cards like that too.
So
Not
so
Pokemon,
I
but
couldn't play. I couldn't play. But like I wasn't
oh,
but I
okay.
didn't want to play. I just wanted to, so that's like the thing. I
So
was like,
like
"Oh, good, I'll start collecting them."
yeah. So
So
And I never had the desire to play.
did you watch the cartoon? Where was that when the
Oh
cartoon would have
yeah.
been on also? Okay.
Yep,
Yeah, I
yep.
I
I still
watched it.
watch it.
Okay. I
what?
watched it a little bit just to kind of see what the hype was about because my nieces and nephews, they were like into it too. They had like all the cars and everything. Um,
Yeah.
but my ex-wife used to get upset. But
Yeah.
I was a big Team
Yeah.
Rocket fan though.
Okay.
So what
Yeah,
came
no,
first?
I got Pokemon tattoos. I got
Excellent.
Cubone.
Okay.
Nice.
And I do know like a lot of their names and stuff. I guess just from seeing them like at the stores. I guess.
Hmm.
But so
So
I do know like some of them, but
what
I've
came?
never played it or anything.
Sorry, I'm
No,
not.
go ahead.
meaning-
Go ahead. Sorry.
I hate when I interrupt people. I feel like such a dick.
You're not. Go ahead.
So what came first? Did the cartoon come out and then the cards came out, or did the cards come out and then the cartoon came out?
I want to
Mm,
I want to say it was
well,
about the simultaneous.
in general, the card, I mean, it depends on where you're talking. It depends if you're talking in the US or
Japan.
Japan.
Oh,
But
okay.
I mean, definitely the cards came out first. But in the US, it was pretty close. I don't really remember. But I mean, like I
Yeah.
actually here I own. I'll show you something cool. This is a pretty rare thing. It's actually a demo pack of Pokemon cards. I need to get this graded, but this was the first pack of cards before first edition, before anything.
What?
Wow.
And this was just to show people how the game was played.
Oh wow.
What? So how
So
much would that be worth?
I don't even know at this point. The Pokemon card industry right now is just going crazy.
Yeah, I saw something like
And I saw graded 10s of those going for like 10 grand, but I have no idea. I don't know.
What?
so are they
But I think it's less than that, but I don't know.
are they still producing new Pokemon cards? Is that
Oh
still
yeah.
oh okay.
Yeah. I've been out of it. I mean, I have my original cards. The only card I bought recently, which Kristin knows, is I bought this one, the first edition Charizard.
Like, I gotta know what it's worth. I feel rude asking, but like, I don't know nothing about Pokemon
Well,
cards.
I don't know because the whole market's been really crazy. So I bought this right before the jump,
Okay.
because the price skyrocketed. But
Yeah,
before I tell you that, I need to get it regraded because the grading on it doesn't really make sense from what I'm seeing. Like I don't think it was like I think
Oh.
it's definitely worth getting it regraded because the centering is a 9, the edges are a 7.5, the corners are an 8, and then they said the surface was a 4,
Okay.
which I mean I've looked at it, I've showed other people, and no one really understands why it's a 4.
Okay.
I mean that's a pretty low grade out of 10.
Right.
And because of the 4, that drops it to a 5. But say it was, even if it was up to a 5 or a 6 for the surface, that would make this a 7 out of 10 card.
Okay.
Let me
But we'll see. So as is, I bought this. I mean, I'll tell you, I bought this for a little over 5,000 last
So
year.
wow,
Cool.
wow.
And then right after that, I mean,
The
I
prices
don't
went
know where
up.
the market's going. I had no desire to sell it because it wasn't the money for me. Like I didn't care about the money. It was that I've wanted this card for 20 years and I bought it.
I
But like right after I
good,
bought it, within two
good.
months, it went up to like 35 or 30.
Okay. And
Yeah.
why do you think why do you think that's going on right now? Because I don't. I believe I have one Pokemon card, and it's not even
Hmm.
an official one. It was like a Burger King one that somebody gave me. It is the
Yeah.
gold Burger King Charizard, but I
Hmm.
had a lot of
Oh
them.
yeah. Oh yeah.
But I had a
One
lot of the.
sec.
Okay. Yeah, yeah,
There it is.
exactly. I have that somewhere. I don't know where, but also the Marvel. I had more like the Marvel cards, and for some reason those have shot
Mhm.
up lately too. Do you know why that market's shooting up so high lately?
Well, I know like there was like a whole Logan Paul thing and just celebrities like hyping them up and
Oh,
the
okay.
prices skyrocketing. But then in general, I don't know, like even with oddities, a lot of people are complaining about the prices and I don't really know. Like COVID did something where just everything went up and I'm not sure why that is.
Maybe because
But
people had nothing
between
else to
people,
do, sit home and buy
yeah, I
stuff.
guess, yeah, you know. And it just made a lot of the markets for a lot of collectibles, like a wave.
Yeah.
Man, I'm still
Huh.
trying to pick my jaw up off the table. I like was expecting a I was expecting like a couple $100. Like these cards are going for
No,
that
yeah, no. See,
much?
that's why,
Yeah.
like, some
Yeah.
oddies collectors like laugh at me for the Pokemon. I just let them laugh.
Right.
Dude,
Right.
It's funny. It's funny. I don't care. I mean, that's like even these little figures. They're crazy too. It's just weird. Like this little figure might be a couple dollars, and then this one's like 200.
Yeah.
wow.
Just
Yeah.
because what it is.
Right.
Or like I know that top box up there is like right now on eBay you can buy it for like 2,000 or something.
What in
Okay.
the Sam
Just
Hill?
because
Yeah.
like they're like
See.
the rarest. They're like the rarest figures. So I
Right.
have the whole set. I have every Pokemon. And that was something I always
Oh
wanted to
wow.
complete too as a
Oh,
kid.
that's
So I
awesome.
have all of the figures, and then some of them are still in the boxes.
Yeah. That's awesome. I
Um,
remember those being 'cause like I said, when my nieces and nephews were into it, I tried to find them. They were like pretty impossible to find for a long time. Like
yeah.
any version of it. I mean, this was the beginnings of
Oh
the
yeah.
internet, so I didn't really know how to
Hmm.
navigate like anything like
Yeah.
that at the time. But yeah, I mean, you had to
Hmm.
go to like a specialty store to find like anything
Yeah.
like that.
And that was one of my biggest regrets for a long time. I was like really young. I mean, I was like not really young, but I was pretty much like a teenager. So pretty much I was into Pokemon. And then as a teenager, I was like, oh, it's dumb. Like I kind of went straight away from it. And I sold
Yeah.
almost everything except I didn't sell any card. I kept every card I ever owned. But the collectibles, I sold them all.
Wow.
And I sold them all in a backpack. They were all thrown in a backpack and someone bought them.
Oh my
And that was like one of my
Oh,
biggest regrets. And they were a lot of like I had half of these figures.
okay.
right.
And so then I had to, over the years, buy them back. So pretty much simultaneously while collecting like all these, I was collecting these too.
Okay.
Super
So I was
impressive.
collecting two
Okay.
different things at the same time after college.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That's
I
Yeah.
I almost feel like your Pokemon collection is probably worth more than your oddities collection. What would you say?
No, at one point, yes.
Yeah, I'm just
No, no,
dumbfounded.
definitely not.
Okay, okay. Because you got a good Pokemon thing going there,
It's
man.
no, no, definitely. No, it's definitely up there. And like I always love like this little thing, like going back to this card, you can actually see all the scratches on it and everything.
Uh huh.
And that was from me like as a kid, like this, I slept with this, I carried it around with me. I
Oh,
brought it
wow.
everywhere I went. I brought this with me.
it was
Wow.
it was like your little good luck charm.
Yep, yep.
That is
Um,
crazy.
yeah,
The only
gotta.
the only Pokemon card I ever owned was,
Mhm.
I'm going to pretend to say his name, but I really freaking have no idea. I want to say his name was Giraffe Ridge. He was a giraffe.
Yeah,
I don't know that
I
one.
remember. Yeah. It's something like that.
And I only liked him because, like, I have an obsession with giraffes. So, like,
Yeah.
that's the only reason
Yeah.
I had that card.
Okay. Yeah, I don't remember that one.
Mhm.
But
I don't have that card
Yeah.
no
I
more.
think he was what? He was like the third generation, I think. Second
Oh,
or third.
I have no idea. I was probably
Yeah.
like 12, probably.
Mhm.
So like 20 years
Yeah.
ago.
My top three are definitely Charizard, and then I love Alakazam.
Alakazam.
which one's that?
So that's the one I have the tattoo of, but it's actually this guy. And then the same thing with
Okay.
collecting these. There's so many fakes. There's so many
Oh.
fakes of these.
Oh.
So
Really?
like actually, I save them too. Yeah, I collect the fakes. Like this is
Oh, okay.
this is actually a fake, and then this is the real one.
Now, I don't know as far as Pokemon goes, but I know like a lot of the stuff that I collect, like the bootlegs. There's like a market for bootlegs now
Oh yeah,
too, and
I
like
have
a
some
lot of
really bad
the bootlegs
bootlegs.
are going for like high prices now too.
Yep. No, that's totally true.
So
I mean,
what
I have some really bad ones like this Blackhorn Charizard here. I don't know what's going on with him.
That almost looks like a rubber ducky or something.
Yeah,
a
that's
bad-
kind of what he is.
Oh, okay.
Either. And then this one, I mean, obviously, Pikachu,
Yeah.
but then like you start looking at it and you're like, I don't know. He has a Raichu tail. His stripes don't line up. I'm not really sure what's going on with him.
Okay.
So is that that's not your official bootleg shelf, is it?
No, just random doodads.
Oh, okay. So I was going to
When I
ask
was
you
a
if those Lego minifigures were. I see a slave girl outfit,
Yeah.
Princess Leia. So I was just wondering if that was a bootleg too.
Oh yeah. No, I think that one's a real one.
All right.
Yeah, you got some other Pokemon stuff. This is actually my hat from when I was a kid.
Oh, you had that when you were a kid? That's awesome.
Yeah. And this is a sealed Pokemon Red. That one's still sealed.
Oh wow.
Cool. Yeah, I remember that. What was the
Yeah.
deal? What was the deal with those in the different colors? It was just depending on what character was on the cover. It was like a different. Was that the deal?
Yeah,
I mean,
they were
I
the
vaguely
same
remember
game.
that, but yeah.
So like there was blue, and they were the same game. But like Red might have a couple Pokemon that you couldn't get
Okay.
on like Red, and then Blue had them, so you had to like trade someone that had Blue.
Oh, okay.
And then they made Yellow, which Yellow I believe had all the Pokemon, and then it also had like Pikachu following you around. So that was a cool little feature. But
Okay.
in the grand scheme of things, they were the same game, and that's just kind of how they did it.
So was that for like the Game Boy Color?
Yeah.
Wasn't-
Yeah, I got one right here.
I
Let's see.
I still have the original Game Boy, the gray one. I never
Yeah,
got
Game
into
Boy.
like the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah. So
think
this
I
was
only had
for
the black and white one, and I got it like right before the color came out, and so I
Yeah.
never even opened it.
So like the original, the big gray ones, the big heavy
yeah,
gray
like
ones.
I don't remember. Yeah, I guess. But
Yeah, that was the big one was before this one. Yeah.
Okay.
So there was the big gray one, and then this one was for the color.
okay.
Oh yes, that okay.
So this one, and then actually I have red in it right now too. I have another red.
Oh, okay.
Oh man,
Yeah.
this is bringing back so many memories.
Oh yeah.
Cause I also had the. Do you remember? It was a handheld Sega Game Gear.
That sounds familiar. I don't remember.
Oh my gosh.
It sounds familiar, but I don't really remember what it was.
It was Sega. It was handheld. I actually still have that thing.
Really?
It makes me wonder what it's worth today. But that thing took 6 batteries,
Yeah.
6 AA batteries.
Oh, I'm sure back then.
I don't
Yeah.
think I even know what that is.
No?
I own Nintendo's biggest flop. That's over here.
Is that the
I found this at a flea market.
the Power Glove? Oh, okay. Virtual
The
Boy.
Virtual Boy. Oh
So,
yeah.
so what is that?
Yeah, it still works. I have like 5 games for it.
I've never
I
even
got
heard of
Rob over
that.
here too. Got a little Rob figure.
So the Virtual Boy was a
Got you
bomb, huh? I don't really remember that.
covered. No,
No, it didn't last very long.
no, not at all. It was the first like 3D video game,
Okay.
and it was all red light. It was only red light, and it will give you a headache in a matter of minutes.
Oh my god!
Oh.
And this was a
I've tried it.
handheld.
I've tried it.
No, is it a virtual reality thing? Do you put it on your head or?
No, it's so it comes with a little tripod that you put on a table, and you're supposed to like hunch over and look into it.
Oh
Oh,
my
okay.
gosh!
And
So,
then you have a controller. Yeah, and you have a controller, and yeah, you just while you're looking into it, you just start playing the game.
Oh, okay.
so
It
what?
only I think they only made, I'm just gonna guess. I think there was like maybe 7 or 8 games for it ever.
Oh my.
Oh, wow.
So what year did that
Yeah.
thing come out?
I don't know. I think the 80s,
Okay.
late 80s, I think.
Oh my gosh, that's nuts. See, there's so many things
Yeah.
that come out that you don't. Well, and clearly we never heard about it because it was a bomb. It was a flop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, no,
Yep.
I mean a lot. I mean, I remember a lot of stuff like obscure stuff that bombed like that, especially if it had a catchy jingle in the commercial. But I don't
Yeah.
remember that. I don't remember that at all.
No, me either. Oh, shoot.
Yeah, they tried to push that under the rug, I think.
Right, like embarrassing.
So how long?
Yeah, no, it was horrible.
So, and I'm sorry if you mentioned this earlier, but so how long have you actually had your own store? And
Um,
what brought you to the decision to start selling stuff?
so the business I started, it's been a little over 5 years now, I think.
Okay.
So just about along like around the same time that I've been collecting, like really like serious collecting, about like 4 years. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, for me, it was just, I was in college, and obviously, a broke college kid, and
Mhm.
I'm like, what can I do? And at that point, I was collecting keys for a while, and I had all these keys that I've been collecting, and I was like, oh, like it'd be cool to like do something with them. And that's when I came up with the idea of like, like why not do something that, I just have them sitting here collecting dust. Like,
Right.
why not put them to use? And I'm like, what, like making them into something like a necklace or something where they're shown, like that'd be really nice. And it just kind of stemmed from there. And from there, I just kept selling. That was like the main thing I did was keys, and then just whatever antiques I would find at the flea market. And then while I was doing that, I was collecting oddities, but I wasn't really selling them because I was just kind of, trying to get my collection, like a good running start. And then once that started happening, I started selling, more oddities. And then even more recently, I do a lot of, I've gotten like casts of things done. Like I have a key ring.
Well,
Oh, okay.
A ring that was made from a key. Here, I'll turn the camera over.
So
So
what's your store's website?
well, I just have an Etsy,
Okay.
Etsy, Facebook, and Instagram. So it's Crooked Teeth Keys.
Okay.
and Cole, one thing we
And
got to talk about before we
mhm.
get off here is your rad frickin' what are they? 14 karat gold teeth necklaces?
Oh yeah,
We got to talk about those.
yeah. So I also have here. I'll turn the camera around real quick and take it off to show you better. But yeah, so these are a cast of a tooth. It took me about 400 teeth to find just the right one.
Oh, nice.
Um, so I sell them in white bronze and sterling silver, and then I also do 14 karat gold.
Oh,
So this is a cast of a real tooth,
Yeah.
and it also stands up right on its own.
nice.
Oh, cool.
Also here, while we're on the topic, I also had, teeth with gold caps on them.
Yep.
But this is also the original the original tooth right here. So this is the
Oh.
tooth that
okay.
I casted.
Oh, okay.
So this,
Nice.
yeah, so this is the one that I got the casting made from.
All right.
Oh, so
And
cool.
you put them together.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
So have those been selling pretty well? Because those things are like so rad.
Yeah, no, they've been doing pretty good. I sell them on my own, and then they're also carried in a good handful of stores at this point.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I recently got them, actually at Little Devil's Curiosities in Philly. They sold out in like the first week,
Oh my
which
god.
was great. They just
Okay.
opened up, so
Yeah.
they sold out in the first week, and then the Murder Museum started carrying them in
Nice.
Philly.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
So
Yeah,
like,
so
I need to get my hands on one, and I'm sure a
Yeah.
lot of viewers might as well. So what does the like 14 karat gold one run for? Like, what's it go for?
that one's a lot. That one's a lot.
Understandable.
I have to run the numbers again because it's like made to order with that one.
Okay.
But you're at least looking in the 800-ish range because it's a solid. I don't do plated. It's like a solid gold.
Right. Yeah.
But the white bronze and the sterling silver is much cheaper. Those were definitely well under 100.
I need to get my
$100
hands on
each.
one. That's why I'm asking, because
Yeah.
like those things are
Yeah.
so sick.
Yeah, like the white bronze is like 45.
Nice. Okay.
All right, we are gonna have to wrap it up here soon. I just have one more question for you.
Yeah.
What advice, if any, would you give to somebody that is just starting out into oddity collecting?
I always love this question. Definitely, collect what you want to collect because you like to collect it. Make sure you know your laws, make sure you know what you're getting into before you get into it. 'Cause it's never good if you go in, act like, oh, like, what's going on, but it's really good to do your research too, because
Right.
someone could sell you something like, we've been talking, kind of bring up throughout the whole thing. There's fakes, there's all kinds of fakes, and there's lots of stories. Like someone might tell you a story of an item, and you're like, oh, that's like such a cool story.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah. Right.
sometimes you got to take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
Right.
That's totally
but-
understandable. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely know what you're dealing with, and, don't get discouraged. That's about it,
That's some really good advice,
Right.
because like
It is.
Tim's
Yeah.
never asked me that question, and so that had me thinking.
What?
And like my advice would probably be
No, 'cause
wait
I
a
know, yeah, like I know a lot of people. I've heard, if you like, if you see my collection, you get discouraged. That's like the complete opposite of what I'm trying to portray. If anything, I love to inspire people. I love to, show what I have to the world to, showcase it.
Yeah.
And, in a way, look what I've started everything with, give it new life, give its history new life. So it definitely should never discourage anyone from doing it.
Yeah.
All right.
Super good advice.
It is.
Well, Cole, we appreciate you being on, man.
Yeah, big time.
All right. Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah. Thanks a lot. And maybe we can have you again on in the future sometime.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right.
Right, Cole.
We really appreciate it. Take care, and may the force be
All
with you.
right. Bye, guys.
See ya, Cole. Thank you.
See ya.
See ya.
Bye.
And everybody just keep checking the normal outlets for our next show, and we will see everyone the next time.
Bye, guys.